sun finally rose, and the last of the pack of the defiling land sharks lay at the feet of our heroes. Riders appeared on the horizon, summoned by the party's final deed. Hakon, Lenny, and Fumba stood, exhausted, but arms ready just in case. But the riders bore the marks and sigils of the Shawanti tribes. All three. And they dismounted and took the knee and bowed their heads to the new heroes of the Shwan. This part always gets me, I'm sorry. I'm okay. Okay, the new heroes of the Shawanti tribe. So having gained the trust of the Okay, a little too much meat tonight, I think. Okay, pull together here. I got this. Okay. The heroes were now given access to the Shawanti tribe's knowledge of ancient artifacts. Artifacts like the crown the Queen of Corvosa has been wearing, which apparently is made from dragon teeth. A very vile dragon named Kazavan. Cool name for a dragon. Yeah. But this one was a particularly evil asshole. Was only defeated by a paladin with his badass sword, Seraphteel. All the great swords have cool names. So, it is with this sword that our heroes may have a chance to defeat our cursed queen. They just have to go get it. And go through an army. An army of the dead.
Hello, Dungeon fans. It's Saturday night. This is Tales from the Dungeon. I'm Kevin from level 9 of the Dungeon, and tonight we are playing the Pathfinder Adventure Card Game, continuing the campaign of the Crimson Crown. Why am I new to this? Curse of the Crimson Throne. This is only like number 18. Tonight we are joining Hakon, Fumbus, and Linny as they begin a new, the campaigns are collections of adventures. Each adventure has a series of scenarios. We're starting a new adventure tonight. It's called Skeletons of Scarwall, which shows us progress if we're making through our campaign. Well, we just finished up. Our heroes had to prove themselves to the barbarian tribes of the Shawanti by performing a lot of grueling, crazy tests, which they finally accomplished, as Jurgen just told us, rather dramatically, I might add, epically even. And we're going to join them as they start the next part of this mission, or their story. A few days later, we rejoin our heroes at an encampment where representatives from the 3 different Shawanti tribes are, but also friends from Corvosa who've come out to find out what Hakon, Lenny, and Fumbus have done and what they've accomplished. They found out that through the Shawantis, the barbarian tribes are very well versed in all the different ancient artifacts of the area. And in particular, the crown that the Queen of Corvosa is wearing, that we think is driving her mad, or is what's really the cause of all that's been going on in Corvosa. This particular crown is made out of dragon teeth, and this particular dragon once ruled this one keep called Scarwall, and it was a follower. The dragon itself was a follower of a god. The god is Zan Kuthan. Kuthan? A lot of bad shit went down. Long story short, a paladin and a group of adventurers went in, and the paladin killed the dragon. The paladin fell in the process. His sword's still at this keep. The keep is a very, very, very bad place. No one will go near it. for good reason. It's filled with undead and demons and all sorts of. Once a site of power falls, it doesn't mean it goes completely away. It just draws new evils. So they know, at least they have a clear kind of thing. They know this particular sword, named Magic Sword, had fell the dragon before. It will surely fell the queen. So they have to go get it. The idea is they're going to get their strength back for a few days and rest and get ready. Within a day or two, Fumbus disappeared after the last trial. At first, Lenny was okay with it. Fumbus, this is not unheard of for Fumbus to like go off somewhere on his own. But after a couple days, Lenny starts looking for him. She can't find him. And after a while, she starts getting this feeling like something's wrong. And when she makes it clear that she's going to burn the whole fucking place to the ground if she doesn't find out where Fumbus is, someone comes to her. The Scoanqua Bone Slayer. She remembers seeing this woman, this ranger of the Shuanti tribe, the Scoanqua. She remembers seeing her after the fight with the mercenary army that where it was a couple episodes back where Lenny, Fumbus, and Hakon had split up and had to each fight different parts of this mercenary army. This particular ranger had come upon the scene with Fumbus, had watched as Fumbus had fell much larger than he. Anyways, he was quite a sight to see in battle. She was very impressed. She also noticed something that I think Lenny has been not paying attention. I would say didn't want to realize. Fumbus, for a while, and I've been saying this adventure after adventure, but Fumbus was dying from the inside out. He's an alchemist. He is constantly trying things. He had tried something that, or maybe it was an accumulation of things he tried, that he had started to process something inside himself, and he was slowly dying. The Bone Slayer smelled this on him, saw this kind of corruption within him. She came to him a few days, the night after the night they returned from their trial, and she took him with her to a holy site outside the encampment of the Shuantis. She tells Lenny that Fumbus will be back in the morning and that he's okay. Lenny's up crack of dawn, waiting, fully prepared to burn the whole encampment down if Fumbus didn't indeed come. Hakon wakes up, comes out. She had told him that night before, so he comes out too. And Fumbus comes riding up with the Scoanqua Bone Slayer together. And he gets down, he's cloaked. And something seems off to Lenny. He gets off the horse, and you can tell it's him because he's only like 3'8". And he gets off the horse, and he pulls back his hood. And Lenny's shocked. Not in a necessarily bad way, but he's now covered in the Shawanti. She can see the influence of Shawanti. He's covered in these runes, just drawn on him. As she gets closer, she can see that it's been tattooed onto him in some sort of in a bit of a more of a mystical and kind of magical. Because she can see light glowing in them. There's some magic here, and he just exudes the magic. And they tell her, and he comes clean, that he was in a lot of trouble, and that the only way for them to contain the decaying and the problem that's inside him was to enchant his body, basically his skin. So Fumbus is now this living has this living tattoo. Glowing light kind of moves around at some point, but it's all over his body, arms, legs, torso, it's everywhere. They inscribed this all onto his body. But what this is doing is keeping it's stopping the disease, the magically caused disease that's going outside his body. So he isn't going to live for who knows how long. That was a new friend. Glad to have her friend back. The night before they're going to set off for this Scarwall to retrieve this sword, Lenny does a new reading from the hero deck. This is a mechanical thing that happens for each of the different adventures. We do this, and the hero suit for this one is stars. We're going to draw. Lenny's going to do the reading. And that's what we got. For Hakon, she drew the carnival. See the art. Huh. For Fumbus, she drew the owl. Huh. And for herself, she drew Lost. Meanings. I'm going to start with Fumbus. It's the easiest one. Fumbus hasn't been the white. In fact, all of them are a little low on. Well, no, I'm sorry, not all of them. Lenny's not. She's not low. She's the source of wisdom in the group. Hakon and Fumbus are a little light on the wisdom. Fumbus up until now has it doesn't matter what he puts in the pot. He's making something, and he's using it to blow something up or do something. He's a very emotionally driven creature. This brush with death, though, all the things they've been through, has perhaps instilled a bit more of wisdom into Fumbus than he's probably previously had. I have all the desktop audio off. Here we go. Okay. And so this is us seeing a little bit more of a maturity kind of starting with Fumbus. Lenny, the Lost, is she doesn't explain it to the guys, but she kind of understands it. The feeling she had when she couldn't find Fumbus makes her realize how tied now, after all the stuff that these guys have been through, how tied she is to these two, and that the feeling, she didn't like the feeling of being alone, even though she used to revel in it. So there's a bit of a maturity going on in both of them. Her realizing how much these guys mean to her, and him realizing how much he needs to change. His life's been just a series of just wanting to do whatever he wants to do. Selfishness. And then the carnival, that's a good, really good. Check to discard bless. Okay, all damage is mental damage that cannot be reduced. Okay. I need to check discarded blast after reroll. What does that mean for Hakon? What is a carnival? Carnival is a lot of different. Okay. Hakon, if we remember correctly, Hakon is also Blackjack, the vigilante hero of Korvosa. He didn't ask for it. He just kind of fell into it. Now Hakon is the hero demigods, one of the hero demigods of the Shawanti tribe, who went through all the trials of their ancient heroes and performed all of them, and is now, it's a pretty big deal. He's got a lot of different, but he's also, Hakon isn't from here. Hakon's a bard. He was strictly a bard for a hero in his own land, And then he set off on his own to create his own stories. So Hakon is feeling the weight of all the different things that he is now. And let's say that he's not a stupid person. He's sitting down to try to write his, over these last few days, trying to write his story out. And it feels like too crazy right now. He's feeling kind of like, and now he wants to be the writer, right? So he's a little, when it comes to himself personally, he's a little at odds with all the different things that are going, the carnival that's going on inside his, which is his life, his mind, his everything. So these cards are going to start in these guys' start hands every game, every scenario for this adventure. Wait, that is you. This is you, and this is you. Okay. We are starting at the base tonight. This is the encampment. Okay, so this is going to be a particularly difficult one. I think this is the 5th adventure. There are 6, so it's not the highest, but the very beginning we were adding such things. There are things called wild cards that affect different rules of the game. We're adding 4 of them. Things like besieged. Whenever we move, we suffer 1 range damage. Unhallowed, which is whenever you use a blessing on a check, you got to bury it instead of discarding it. Deadly, when you suffer damage, it's increased by 1. And then finally, withering. And this is all, there's 4 of them, and they're all tied to the 4 different locations of this adventure. And withering, at the end of your turn, bury a random card from your discards. These are all things I got to remember to perform after each. It's going to make this more difficult. More difficult. Anything else I need to tell you before we get going? I think the music's unnecessarily epic at the moment, but it's about to start a new one. Okay, should be pretty light for you guys. There we go. Okay. Scarwall. At one time, was an incredibly impressive castle, of a centerpiece of a kingdom that existed long ago. Now it's a very dark and looming and impressive place. It's a large castle, the kind where at one side looks like a village is built up to one of the taller towers. And then on the other side is a great cathedral built in all within the walls of this castle. A cathedral. And then there's a large, looks like barracks and the main castle where the throne room and everything probably is. And out of that is what's called the Star Tower that goes up. It's there's only 2 towers, one on the right and then one in the middle. That's the Star Tower. Legends have it, they're told by the Shawantis, that all the evil that moved in after the dragon was taken care of, there's a lot of mechanics that got set up to guard the magics, and especially the sword that's there. The evil kind of built up just like a pus and infection around something that's entered your body. This is like the weapon, the holy weapon that's in the center of this. All this evil's built up around it, like a pus-filled sore. And how that plays out is there's these 4 different chains. And when they're first standing on this kind of outcropping, looking out over, they'll have to go down to get to the castle, but looking at the castle about a few miles away, as it sprawls out in front of them, Lenny can see these lines of power that are going from different locations, like the There's one going from the cathedral and the other tower, and then one at the base that are all like attached to the star tower in the middle. The star tower's locked magically, being fed by these other sources. And so in order for them to get into the star tower to get the sword, they're going to have to take out at the source the sources of these beams of power that are holding the tower shut. They decide they're going to go the easiest one to get to. There's a front door, but it looks like the portcullis is closed. This massive portcullis is closed. There's part of the wall missing, though, on the right, in front of the other tower that sits outside of the well, not outside of anything. It sits in the corner of the castle. The wall had come down. It'll be much easier and presumably a more stealthy choice to go up that wall into. And if you remember, that tower has a bunch of looks like old houses and stores and stuff that kind of like a little mini village inside the castle walls built up around that tower. They're gonna go there. As they start making their way down and downtown, as making their way down and walking across and sneaking across the fort. It's all dark. They leave it dark, but it looks like this place is dark all the time. They can see things moving on the battlements, and you can see the light reflecting off of what light there is, reflecting off them, and you see white gleam of bone as the bone guards walk the walls. This place is rife with undead. It's like the undead and demons and devils. So they make their way, and they manage to climb up the rubble of this downed wall to enter in the castle, and they find themselves inside the walls of the castle. In there, it's like they're like black flies almost. Clouds and clouds of these disgusting insects are constantly at them. And we got to rewind. We have to rewind because we are going to grab some support before we go heading off in there. So we'll get right back to that in a second. Biting nasty clouds of gnats, black flies, devil black flies. We're gonna start first turn. It's gonna be Linny going first because the reason why I'm gonna do this, it's gonna be Linny, Fumbus, and Blackjack. Well, yeah, and Hakon bring up the rear. First hour of the day is the bear. On your strength check, add 2. Okay. Well, all we're doing is drawing the top 3 cards of this location, right? I haven't done the base thing in a while. Draw the top 3 cards, keep 1. Oh, I get the top 5 cards because we're in the 5th location. Okay. 5th adventure. And then 3, 4, 5. And she gets to keep one of these supporters. Lori Voss. When displayed, after you discard cards as damage, you may draw a card. Neolandus Kelpopolis. You may draw a new ally that lists diplomacy in its check. Oh, you may bury this. Okay. Cressida Croft. You may bury to draw a new weapon or armor. Ashane Datri. Bury to heal each local character a card. Let's do that. She's going to take Ashane Dante. We're going to display him. And then these go back. And then she can draw a card, heal a card, recharge any number of cards. Let's see what she got here. Alright, she's going to recharge this card. She's starting with a pretty good hand. She's got a bat, giant slug form, our Corvosan House Drake, which she kicked ass in. Something to help with barriers, divine insight, and then she's got the Lost, which is her Harrow blessing. She's gonna draw back up, and she's gonna pass her turn. Fumbus draws the top 5 as well. 3, 4, 5. Let's see who the new one was. Amangelento. This fellow. On a local check to acquire, you may bury to add 1d6. On any non-combat check, you may bury to add 1d4 plus... Ooh, that's up. Trinia Sabor was the one that they tried to pin the killing of the king on. They had to chase her down, but they didn't kill her. Fumbus is going to get support from her. Goes back, and then does he want to recharge? What's he got? He's got that Tangleburn bag, which is pretty kick-ass. Hell Knight of the Nail ally, which is freaking cool. Elixir of healing. A couple different more blessings. He's got Innervation, which I haven't been able to cast yet, which is pretty sweet. You can decrease the difficulty of checks. I think we're going to be needing that. And Lightning Touch. He's not going to do any of these. He doesn't need to draw a card or heal a card or any of that shit. And finally, Hakon. Phrasma's Knowing. On your check against an undead card. None of these matter. This don't matter. None of this matters. Alright. Last 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who's a new person? Good old 1,000 Bones. We're going to take 1,000 Bones. He may bury him to heal a character 1d4 plus 1 cards. I think we're going to need it. So we take all these supporters. I checked out something new. Hakon leveled up last game. We checked this little ditty right here. At the end of your turn, you may move. Any local characters may move with you. As part of this scenario, and a lot of these later things, late stage scenarios, they have this rule where if you move to or from the base without playing a boon to move, bury a boon. Am I going to be able to get around that? That's what I was thinking. Can I get at the end of your turn, you may move. Any local characters may move with you. Well, I guess I'm technically not playing a boon. So here's a little rule thing. Like, do I count the others? They can move with him. Does everybody have to bury a boon? I thought maybe... The reason why I want to make sure they all move with him is so we don't spend any more blessings off the blessing deck. You have to do that. You have to move first before you can draw to explore, which is when they got the people. I guess I'm going to consider the worst case scenario, which is, as played as said, when you move to or from the base without playing a boon to move, bury a boon. Well, they're all three moving, so everybody's got to bury a boon, which is not cool. Not cool, bro. Boo. Alright, screw it. Hakon's gonna bury a bone. Fumbus is gonna bury a bone. And Lenny's gonna bury a bone. And we all move. Now, like I said, that's not... Is that where I wanted to go first? I guess it is. Like I said, there's these black flies, like clouds of these black insects, like demon insects that just attack you the moment you go in. It's the result of the even Hakon and Fumbus can feel the immense weight of evil that when they go into the walls, or go in past the walls into this castle area. It's almost suffocating, and the black flies and things just attack them. This is going to be the wild cards I told you about, where one of them's besieged. After you move, suffer 1 ranged combat damage. So each one of these guys is going to suffer combat damage too, which means you have to literally discard a card. So we're going to discard and discard. Okay. And then... Is this considered combat damage? Range combat damage. I can reveal this for Hakon to reduce that by 1. So I do not take damage. He waves his shield. The shops, the things that are the little village that's kind of built up around this tower, everything seems to be completely boarded up. There's no open windows, no doors. There's huge beams across every door. Some are collapsed. There's rubble and looks like makeshift kind of ramps built up that lead up to the tops of these homes, and they look to be high enough to be outside of the clouds of the down in the street where all the vile creature, the bugs and all that shit are. So they decide to go up, maybe hoping to find an entrance to this tower from the roofs of the village of the damned. At this location, when you would encounter a barrier, draw a new one, encounter one, and banish the other. So we got to be ready with the barriers. We're back to... Alright, now we're really starting for reals. At the end of your turn, bury a random card from your discards. Alright, so... Everybody discard at the end of Hakon. Hakon doesn't have a card in his discard, so he does not have to bury it. So we're good. When you suffer damage, it is increased by 1. Okay, wait a minute, hold on. Oh shit, that means everybody's... Shit. This is gonna be hard. Because it's comboed. After you move, suffer 1 range combat damage. When you suffer damage, it's increased by 1. Everybody's taking 2 points of damage when we move from location to location. Not cool, bro. Not cool at all. Alright, she's going to discard a card. Another card. He's going to discard a card. That's Fumbus. He being Fumbus. And then... Alright. I think I can... I don't think there's a limit to how many I can freely... reveal. I reveal Light Shield and Maiden's Helm, both to reduce damage by 1. Oh wait, hold on. When you suffer combat damage, freely reveal to reduce it by 2. The Maiden's Helm. He's wearing that helm, so the bugs aren't biting as bad. So Hakon still does not bury a card. So, this is not you. This is to the game. Haha. Screw you, game. All right, let's do this. First hour of the adventure part of this. Before acting against a story bane monster, draw 1 card, then discard 1 card. This is Lenny. Fangs of Diamozul. When you encounter a barrier, draw a new one. Okay, don't mind if I do. Here we go. Cursed Statue. Draw a new one, encounter 1, and banish the other. Okay, let's see what Fangs of Diamozul is. Dexterity, Acrobatics, Disable, and Stealth check. Well, wait. Disable, Stealth, no. Acrobatics. Doesn't she have She does. Acrobatics is Dexterity plus 2. So it's not the best. The other one is Wisdom, Disable, and Perception. Oh, her Perception is very good. 10. Okay. Okay. We're going to get rid of this one. We're going to do this one. As they start working their way up these makeshift ramps of rubble going up to the rooftops, they come up over, and while they do come up out of the lower level, on the street level, clouds of insects, as they enter a little bit higher, it's still the air is a bit different, heavier, even in some way, like or almost like a humidity, but the humidity is like it's like swamp rot gas kind of. It's like it's almost a little. They almost gag a bit at the top, at the above on the rooftops. But she, as Lindy comes up, she doesn't have much time to really enjoy the smell, as she's immediately accosted by this. At first, she takes it to be a man who comes running across, but he sounds too heavy and too clanky. And as he starts getting near, she can see that it's made of stone, some kind of golem left over that patrols the rooftops, looking to start some shit. Right, so she's just got to do a perception check. So maybe it doesn't see her. It doesn't come running. She sees it walking. Let's see if she can avoid it. Her perception checks are D10 plus, wait for it, plus 6. So she only needs to roll a D4 on this. Or, I'm sorry, 4 on a D10. I feel like this could go bad. I don't want that to go bad. Precious Paul, hey buddy, thank you, you and your 100 bits. Welcome. I hope you're having a great Saturday night, brother. Do I want to invoke the? No, it's the combat check. Oh, fuck it. Screw it. She, as she's walking up, as she's moving up, she's no dummy. They can feel the oppressive darkness everywhere. She says some words of power as they're working her way up, just to see if there's anything to that might be a problem once they get up top. And that's when she sees the motion of this thing moving across. Not a human. Looks like a human, but it's a statue. And then she checked to defeat a barrier. Banished, add... Wait, this isn't... Oh, no, it's a barrier. Banished, add 2d6. So I'm kind of overdoing it a little bit, but I don't want to... That's just because I don't want to screw it up. That's awesome, dude. Okay. And then let's give her a divine check to see if she keeps the spell. 9. She sure does. Okay. Good. Oh, no. This pile. She motions for them to stop as this golem, guardian golem, moves across one rooftop over some, must be a ladder, something that a bridge to another, and moves out. And she signals, and they move up onto this. And that's when they get the first whiff of the horrible stench that hangs above the buildings. So at the end of her turn, she's going to have to get rid of... Let's see, have I played everything correctly so far? I got a Deadly Withering. I got a bury a random card from your discards. I don't wanna. So we're going to use Ashani Daughtry. She's going to use him right now. You may bury to heal each character a card. You may bury to remove a scourge from each character. That's just one card. That means I'm still going to have to bury. Oh no, that's great. It's really good, actually. Yeah, she's going to use him. We're going to heal one of these. I'm going to heal the blessing. And then I get to heal each local character. So we're going to heal a blessing for Fumbus as well. And then he's buried. Shani is buried. And we're not going to explore anymore. She's going to draw back up to 5. And then she's got to bury the bat. So she has nothing in her discard pile. Bury the bat. Bring me the bat. All right. Moving on to Fumbus. Fumbus, who now has the magical runes all etched in his skin. Look at one hell of a badass goblin. His hour. When you acquire a boon, you may recharge a card. Okay, help me remember that. Snake. All right. How's that still doing in there? Let's see if he gets wisdom and survival. Yeah. See, his wisdom, not so good, man. D4. He's trying to be better. We're not going to worry about. We're not going to worry about the snake. So he's going to have to get rid of. At the end of his turn, he's going to have to lose this card because of the wild cards. So Paul, this is the first adventure where I have to use wild cards, and they really lay them on thick. There's 4 of these suckers. They all just give these effects that I have to worry about, like you suffer 1 extra damage, or when you move, you suffer 1 range combat damage. Scheiße like that. Is there anything I can do to heal me 1 card? I don't think there is. Oh. Well, Trinia, no, I checked the box because I leveled her up. You may bury to heal a character a card and or remove a scourge from them. I'm going to do it. I'm going to bury her to heal this. The Hell Knight ally. That way I don't have to bury it at the end of the turn. 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4. Alright. Fumbus is passing his turn to Hakon. Saren Ray's Light. When you heal, you may heal an additional card. Oh, good to know. They reached the top of this first building. It might have been an inn, judging by the balcony and the second floor. It's all like boarded up and collapsed in, but the roof still stands. They get the roof. It's a lot. Most of the roofs are flat, and to get to that, they see how platforms had been built all across the roofs of this, and they couldn't really see it from the bottom. But how it all kind of ramps up towards the tower. And on the way to the tower, they can see, it looks like at the base of the tower, there's webs, great webs all around. So it's almost like a forest of webbing that rings around the base of the tower. And but that's not what really catches their eye. What really catches their eye is the silhouette of the figure just standing on the other side of the roof. 2 orange blazing eyes staring at them. They fan out a little bit, look at each other, not sure who or what this is. And then Hakon looks at Lenny, and when he looks back, this person is like 30 feet closer. It was like 60 feet away. Now he's like halfway, and he didn't even look like he moved. And now, when he's a little closer, they can see these orange flaming eyes and the horns. And then it speaks. And what Hakon hears is a low voice that, based on the distance, he shouldn't be hearing so well. Especially over the general kind of winds and shit that they hear throughout the whipping through the castle. This figure this figure's you're awfully bad at sneaking around, it tells them. Which hurts Hakon's pride a little bit, because Hakon is Blackjack, the vigilante hero, and who's skilled in infiltration and such. But I guess they weren't really, they came in quietly. They didn't necessarily think they were infiltrating. But this figure asked them why they're here, very politely, and lacking any reason to try to lie. Hakon says they're looking for Cirith Teal, the sword, and the demon says, "Wow, we haven't had anyone come for that. You'll be the first to ever come to that, I think." Actually, he says, and I want to thank you. Thank you for coming. And they all look at each other because I haven't had a challenge in quite some time. And then that's when he draws his sword. It's all of a sudden it's got weapons. One's like this nasty, it could be an axe or a mace. The other is this really vicious looking sword. And the dance with Nihil the Ashbringer begins on the roof. Immune to fire and poison. Okay. Resistant to melee and ranged. Wow. Before acting, each local character that does not have the fortitude skill suffers the scourge exhausted. Then each local character does not have the acrobatic skill suffers 1d4. And you will die. Because I haven't had a challenge in quite some time. And electricity bursts out. And it's over. And the electricity comes just after this wave of necrotic energy that just kind of drains the life from Lenny, Fumbus, and Hakon, because none of them have. Yeah. Oh, Lenny does have fortitude now. Lenny does fortitude. So, Fumbus and Blackjack are going to be exhausted. That means on each check or step, you may play no more than one boon. Okay. At the start of your move step, you may end your turn to remove this scourge. Okay. Then each local character that does not have the acrobatic skill suffers 1d4 plus 1 electricity damage. Lenny has acrobatics. Fumbus does not. And I'm pretty sure Hakon does. Hakon does indeed. The electricity comes shooting out right after this wave of energy sucking necrotic energy, and as electricity blasts out of his hands, Hakon rolls in one way. Lenny jumps and turns into cat in one way, and Fumbus tries to go as fast as he can, but it scorches his legs and his it hits him in his body. Where's his hand? It's right here. 1d4 plus 1 plus 2 actually. Whoops, that was a 2. So plus 2 is 4 points of damage. There's nothing I can really do to stop that. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 1. Whose turn is this anyway? Is this Lenny's turn? No. One, two. Screw it. Screw it. Because this is Lenny's turn, I think. I haven't had it. When you heal, you may heal an additional card. Oh no, this is Hakon's turn. This is Hakon's turn. Okay. Alright, everybody suffered their damage. Fumbus suffered damage. Immune to fire and poison. Resistant to melee and ranged. What do we got here? Okay, he's resistant to melee, but he's not resistant to strength. After he goes, everybody says he hasn't had a challenge in quite some time. Thank you for coming, and blast them. They dive out of the way. Hakon stands up, and he's got Earthbreaker out. And he just says, just hefts it. You're welcome. And he comes charging at him. He's just going to use strength, so he won't use the melee, which is just, he's missing +2, so it's not that big a deal. It's a D10. And then another D12. +2, +1's 3, +3. Oh, what do we need here? Wait, hold on. We got a wisdom, acrobatics, and perception check. Alright, we're going to have to do acrobatics first. Hold up. He's got to come racing up at him. He's charging him. And Neil the Ashbringer, throws yet another series of lightning bolts. And he's got to jump out of the way. His acrobatics is dexterity +3. His dexterity is D6. His perception is not so good. And he does not, his wisdom is even worse. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna bless. On a local check, we're gonna bless. So he can only spend one card. He's gonna spend that. He's gonna bless with 2d6 +3. 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. He looks for Neil to blast again, and sure enough, he does. When he does, he leaps, and Neil blasts the ground right at his feet as he leaps over and comes just like that. That was a recharge. Ooh, buddy, that was good. Recharging, good. All right, now we need a 23. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're D10, D12 plus 3. He needs more than that. So he's going to... he's going to discard a card, add his diplomacy. Right? Yeah. I don't really want to discard a card, because then I have to bury it next turn. But, oh, I can bless this. I need to check discard to bless. And then what's the hero effect for... For stars, I can use my blessing to add 1d4 to wisdom non-combat checks. Okay. When I play, I can heal a blessing and or divine card. Yeah, because I still have to discard that to do it. Can I heal itself? This is when I play it. I'm going to assume I can. I'm discarding the carnival to add D10. Using the hero blessing, power heal a blessing and divine card, I'm going to heal it. I've already played it. Seems legit. So now I've got 2d10, 20, 32 plus 3, 35. Still pretty low for getting a 23. I have a feeling I'm still going to need to... he can only play one boon, but somebody else could play. Oh, yeah, let's do this. Fumbus is gonna cast Innervation. He says a little curse as Hakon goes running. Now, Innervation means he's going to decrease the difficulty of this guy by 2d4. So we're going to roll 2d4 here. Nice! 4 and 2 is 6. Okay, 6 is 17 now. This doesn't seem so bad, but 17. We'll leave that. I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, here we go. Hold on. In profession against a monster, you may additionally reload to ignore its after acting. Nope. Am I forgetting anything here? When you heal, you may heal an additional card. No, he's not healing. Alright. Nice. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a 27. So, Neil blasts again. And Hakon jumps. And when Neil looks up and realizes what's going on, Earthbreaker comes smashing down. And he dives out of the way just in time as Earthbreaker smashes at his feet. And Neil's on the ground. He's fallen back, gets up, and races off across the rooftops. After him! Okay. Got him. He's going to escape and go somewhere else. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait. You know what? We don't know which one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll take him. This is him, Neil, running off to one of these other locations. I'm just going to have to shuffle them as I go to it. Okay. All right, first up, let's make sure Fumbus isn't going to lose this. Got to make an arcane check. His arcane's D8 plus 3. Damn. Okay. All right. Okay, so we defeated the villain, which means we can close this location. To close or guard, summon and defeat a barrier. So this is what happens. Neil goes running. And Hakon gives chase. Neil, however, knows his way around this rooftop landscape. And he zigs to one side and goes over this little bridge between two buildings, knowing full well that that's trapped. And Hakon comes running up, and let's see, he's got to either do dexterity, disable, wisdom, or perception. Dexterity. None of this is good. Dexterity, disable. His dexterity is only a D6. If undefeated, you and random other location. Okay. Well, let's see. Well, we can bless him. We can bless him. That's what we're going to have to do. I got to remember when I'm using blessings. Shit. How many blesses I haven't really blessed lately. That should have been a discard instead of a recharge. I should have known that. Okay. Got to remember when I'm playing my blessings that shit's not going to be perfect. Because of unhallowed. Hallowed. Do I want to... Yes, I do, because I want him to... Okay. I was going to say, do I want to play this blessing and have to bury it right now? But I do. Lenny's going to play that on his dexterity check. So he's going to roll 2d6. He doesn't have anything pluses. He's got no pluses for this. Kind of wish she had kept that spell. No. Okay, this is what he's got. I need a 10. I have plus nothing. Damn it. 10 on 2d6 is not good, man. Is there anything I can... Nothing, man. We're really... Okay. Here we go. That's a 5. Alright. If undefeated, you and a random other local character suffer 1 combat damage and the Scourge poisoned. He goes running across. Is that random? And a random other local character. Okay. Alright, Lenny is 1 to 3. It's Lenny. Lenny and Hakon get to the bridge that he had gone running over at the same time. Hakon, taking the lead, starts running across the bridge, as does Lenny, and that's when the trap is sprung. And from underneath the bridge, these blades come whipping up. Just as they're happening, Lenny goes, fuck, I should have known better. She should have known better. Alright, 1 combat damage, though. I'm going to reveal this light shield. Hakon doesn't take the damage. She's going to have to, though. She takes a point of damage. But they're poisoned? You and others suffer 1. I'm going to say he's not poisoned. She's poisoned. Lenny's poisoned. After you reset, recharge a random card. This is going to be a fun night. This gets buried. That ended up being a waste. This goes back in there, doesn't it? All right. Oh, never mind. I was going to say when you encounter a barrier, draw a new one, but this was summon and defeat a barrier. I don't think it was the same thing. Okay, never mind. End of Hakon's turn. He's going to draw up to 5. Pass the turn to Lenny. Lenny is going to draw the beating. When you encounter a monster from a location, before acting, another local character summons and encounters it. Ah! It's not anything we want. Okay. Lenny is going to cast Restorative Touch on Fumbus really quick, because he's hurting. And remove up to 2 Scourges from him. So that's awesome. 1d4 plus 1. 2 cards. I'll take it. 2. 1, 2, and then we'll get rid of Exhausted on him. It's just on Hakon. Then I don't want to fight a freaking monster here, man. Fuck it. All right, Charisma and Divine. Well, she's got Divine, D10. She needed a 9. Oh wait, she's got plus 5. So she got 9. Well, that's cool. She got herself a blessing. We're not going to waste it on exploring. She's going to draw 2, 3, 5. And after she resets, she's got to recharge a random card because she's poisoned. She looks down at the slice from the bridge knife. She can see the poison working its way into her veins. Okay. Gotta recharge that. Okay. Hammer! It is Fumbus's turn. After your first exploration of your turn, you may discard a card to explore. Okay. What's up, Hammerman? Poison. That hammer is poison. Oh boy. Starting with that shit. The sky, bro. The sky. This guy. Oh. Hold up. I gotta roll. Actually, I gotta back the fuck up. Lenny needs to roll to make sure she's not gonna lose this fucking card. So, that's D10 plus 5. D10 plus 5. Come on now. Yes. All right. That's recharging. She's got to bury a random fucking card in her discard. So good for her. That's gone. Now it's Fumbus's turn. Before he explores... Why? In what? Okay, let me ask you. Is a human shield in what context? Okay. Fumbus is going to heal. He's going to use an elixir of healing to heal himself. 4 cards. Awesome. Boy, did he need that. If proficient, he can succeed at a craft 6 check. His craft is plus 5, so he is going to make that. So that elixir of healing is recharged. So suck it. Suck it, wild cards. Trying to fuck my world up. And then he doesn't really have... Fumbus isn't ready. He isn't ready to party. Not like that, at least. So he's going to pass his turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, okay. Poison. Oh, you're okay. I got you. I got you. You're responding to me in the poison. I took that, highlight my message. I took it at first glance as your opening message. You know what I mean? When you first get here. I'm doing pretty good, by the way. All right. That was Fumbus's turn. We're going to pass it over. He doesn't have any cards in his discard, so he doesn't have to bury anything. It is Hakon's turn. The Lady of Mysteries is the hour on your check. On your check against an undead card, when you would discard a boon to bless, you may recharge it instead. Well, well, well. Hakon's going to cast Magic Eye. Banished, examine the top 3 cards of your location. 1, 2, 3. Just a bunch of fucking barriers. Okay. First thing's an acid flask. Well, that's... Dexterity, wisdom... Oh, yeah, okay. Okay. I'm doing pretty good. I am doing pretty good. It's been a good weekend so far. Alright. He's got to discard it, which means he's going to have to bury it. That sucks. Maybe. Alright, let's get an acid flask. Yeah. D6. Alright, we want to roll D6 for Hakon's. Holy crap, he got it. Alright. Holy crap, he got it. I'm going to give it to Fumbus next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Yep, Hakon's done. They make it to the other side. Oh, no, they haven't crossed the bridge yet. So they kind of, after getting hurt by the blade, the traps on the bridge, they retreated to literally take care of their, lick their wounds. The healing Fumbus, Hakon's going through his bag and he finds his own bag, and he finds this at the bottom, which he knows it's got to be Fumbus's. He's going to return that in a minute. Wait, we're adding a die. Oh, wait. I didn't need a die that turn, did I? I'm going to need a die soon. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a die soon. It is Lenny's turn, right? You check. Or was that? No, that was... Okay, so it's Lenny's turn. New hour. The locksmith. On your check, you may recharge a card to replace all D4s with D8s. Don't mind if I do. Alright, we got a barrier. Because it's rooftops, I have to take 2 and choose one. We're going to do... Yeah, we're going to do the Wyvern Blade Trap. And she's rolling a D10 for her wisdom. Yeah, I think she does want to do that. It's a DT perception. D10 plus 6. So I got to roll a 6 on this. So I'm going to use that add a die for this. That's quite a bit. So eyeing the trap, Lenny runs out, and as she's running down the bridge, she goes into like a large rat. She changes into a large rat, and she goes underneath the bridge, crawling along the underneath, and she's finds the right place to gnaw on the particular rope kind of thing that's causing the blades to go, and they watch as the blades kind of fall off the bridge as she works her way through it, and she comes back on top, and Hakon and Fumbus are able to walk across the bridge to the next building. Five. She doesn't have anything in her graveyard, so she doesn't have to... Oh, he had to bury this. She doesn't have to bury. And we're on to Fumbus's turn. Can't remember if we want Fumbus to deal with this or not. Wisdom, Arcane, Divine. Well, he does have... Oh, his Arcane isn't that great. But we do have to draw another one. Okay. The Marriage. Marriage. At the start of your turn, summon and encounter an ally. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Scarwall, Thundercaller. Check to acquire Charisma, Diplomacy, or summon and defeat a barrier. That's A sick loop. Yeah, because Fumbus isn't like drippings with the charisma at all. Okay, let's summon a barrier. As they make their way over to the other building, the other building has a little kind of another tiny little building built on top with a door in it, which must be a stairwell or something going down into the building. And as they're moving across, carefully watching for traps, Fumbus hears what he thinks is maybe a knock on the door. He goes to check out the door. On the check to defeat, you may recharge an axe or bludgeoning weapon to add 1d8, strength or melee, or disable. So he has disable plus 5. It's 11. This is 11. His disable is plus 5, or no, plus 4. So d10 plus 4. So he's going to take a moment to see if he can pick this lock. She's got to reset. She's poisoned. She needs to recharge a random card. Okay. Is it me or does this guy look like Stone Cold Steve Austin? Okay, so here's the thing. Do I want to... I gotta get a 7 on that. What can I do? I can bless it. Recharge is bless. But when I unhallow means I have to discard it instead. Well, I'm just gonna have to fucking do it. Is this a wild location? No, it's urban. Okay, fine. I'm blessing. $10.17. Click. He opens the door and he steps back and he gets himself ready. And he opens up the door and laying in there at the top of a stairwell is a what's a man with the tattoos. It looks like of the Shawanti tribes. He's barely alive, and Fumbus goes in and he seems to be wounded and pretty badly. But Fumbus is able to patch him up a little bit with a potion and gets talking to him. And this guy sees his markings, and apparently he had been as a test of some sort. He had gone. He had been abducted out and on a ranging test mission kind of thing for his tribe, wandering out by himself to acquire something. He had fallen prey to a band of roaming skeleton ravagers or some shit, and instead of killing him, they captured him, probably to sacrifice or something. And he fought his way out, found himself inside this building. He doesn't know how long he's been there. But he's very, very grateful for them to help him. So he's going to come along with. We're going to put him in Fumbus's hands. And that was just a fucking blessing. We still got to deal with this now. Forbiddance. Okay, I can either do Forbiddance, which is a Wisdom or Arcane Divine check, or I could do Flanking Attack, which is what? Before acting, a random other character summons and encounters the danger. The difficulty to defeat is increased by 5. That sucks. Forbiddance, if undefeated, displays... Okay. So his arcane's plus 3. D8 plus 3. There's a lot of people in chat. It looks like just you in chat, Hammer. Forbiddance. Forbiddance. Oh, man, I don't want to do... Alright, what do I got? What do I got? I got anything for casting against barriers? I kind of don't want to do this one where I'm fighting. Yes, I get it. Yeah, it's booming tonight. It's the Valentine's Day weekend, man. Valentine's Day weekend. Not a whole lot going on in chat this night. That's okay. I don't feel especially on right now. Feel free to fill it with chat, though. Fuck. Okay. Fuck. Oh, wait. Is that gonna do it? What's our boy, the guy we just got? What's he got? On all strength and acrobatics check, add 1d6. New. Discard the top. Okay. The owl. Freely. Use your wisdom die. This is wisdom dice D4. A local check versus a non-villain bane. Recharged, add 1d8. So I could get 2d8 plus 2. And then fucking bless that shit. Right? Somebody could bless me? No. Fuck. Haha. When in doubt. Okay. I have to choose one of them because we're on the rooftops. As Fumbus is helping this man out of the stairwell at the top of the building, he hears something from down below. And the man gives a pained gasp and says, I thought it had gone, but it's still there. I don't understand. And when Fumbus looks down, there's this green light, fell green light working its way up from the bottom of the stairs. At 1 second it wasn't there, and the next it's there, and it's rushing. And as he's watching, it seems to be getting faster. He hasn't seen anything like it. He doesn't know if it's fire or what, if it's a thing or just an element. But whatever it is, it's working its way up the stairs very, very, very quickly. Fumbus is gonna pull his newfound friend out, and then when in doubt, toss a fucking bomb, and he's gonna throw something in there, a little magical concoction he's kind of put together recently that it's kind of like basically a magical grenade. He's gonna throw it in and slam the door shut, and then move back as quick as possible, hoping to just blow the fucking thing up and lock whatever is coming up there in there. Okay, so how we're going to do that, we're going to use... Yeah, he's going to have to. He's going to use his D8, which is his arcane die. Gets +3 base, okay? However, on a local combat check, or a local check to defeat an obstacle or trap barrier, and this is a trap, he can discard or recharge an alchemical card. I'm going to recharge... Or attack card. Do I have an attack card? In case I don't want to. Nope. I'm going to recharge this Tingleburn bag to add another... No. To add 1d6. with the acid trait, which is going to add another d6. I need 15 still. Hakon's going to cast Enhance. On their checks using, he's going to choose Arcane. Checks using that skill, add 1 plus 5, 6. So he's got plus 6, 9. Plus 9. And these 3. Boom. Boom. Okay. Fumbus tosses his little potion and slams the door, and him and Hakon pull the guy back as this explosion. It sounds more like a lightning hit, a muffled lightning hit, and then there's a poof, and the door blows off. And Fumbus is lucky they got as far away as they did, because they would have took damage as this kind of just explodes, and then the roof falls down. Psh, the little roof from the stairwell falls down, and they wait, and the dust settles, and there is no green light or anything. Whatever it was got trapped or stopped. Unfortunately, Hakon's going to have to just discard that because he doesn't have the appropriate skills to recharge it. But we did close this location, and we're going to moving on to the... Remember how I told you about the webbing? That's where we're going. Okay, end of Fumbus's turn. He needs to... He's got to bury a random card from his discards. So he's got to bury a blessing. So I think he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to draw a card. 7. We're going to pass the turn over to Fumbus. I mean, Hakon. Hakon is... He's going to give this acid flask to Fumbus. Then... So he can move everybody at the end of his turn. He's going to do that. So we're not going to explore... He's not technically here. He's at the closed location. We automatically move at the end of a closed location, don't we? I've been playing it like you automatically move, but before it didn't matter as much as it does right now because of the whole taking damage when you move bullshit. So when we close... If a location is closed during your explore step, you may no longer explore. Duh. Okay, the location no longer in play. All characters that were at that location always immediately move. After you move, suffer 1 range combat. Okay, Fumbus, after the explosion, they start making their way towards the buildings that are closer to the tower that are all covered in webbing. And as they're making their way, the explosion brought up some of the... Hey, Boffrin, thanks, man. The explosion brought up those black flies, or whatever they are, the demon flies from below, come rushing up from between the buildings and harrow them as they go push their way towards that webbing. That's the besieged, where they have to suffer 1 range combat. Well, 2, because they're moving. So Lenny's going to lose 2 cards. Fumbus is going to lose 2 cards. This one. And this one. And then Hakon's going to show his Maiden's Helm and not take any damage. So we move into the spider's nest. That was Fumbus's turn, so it is now Hakon. Abadar's Law. On your check to close or guard, add 1d4. Okay. Oh, I need to shuffle this. Spider's Nest. At this location, monsters you encounter gain the Vermin trait, and all their damage is poison. Huh. Great. Hakon's exhausted still. Still exhausted from that encounter with the Daemon Devil, sorry. He wouldn't appreciate being called a demon. Okay. I guess I'm drawing. Fuck it. Well, well, well. Stone Shard Breastplate. Hell yeah. Constitution, Fortitude, and Survival. Oh boy. He doesn't have Survival. The best he's got is Constitution, D8. Sure wish I could. Huh. Man, I want that. I want that. I always love that part of Napoleon Dynamite when his uncle, the guy who goes around selling shit, goes in this house, and then this couple, and he's selling them, and he takes this ship out of it's like, was it a ship in a bottle or some shit? He puts it, it's like the free gift you get for signing on. He puts it on the table, and the wife looks at the husband and goes, I want that. That's how I feel about this Stone Shard Breastplate. But I don't think I'm going to be able to get it. Don't think it's going to happen. Because this is kind of not his thing. Constitution, Fortitude, and Survival. No, I might as well not even roll. Okay. I got anything else to use? So I'm going to draw up. This has got to get buried because of this stupid fucking wild card. And we're on to Lenny. The theater. At the start of your turn, examine the top card of your location. You may encounter it. Emberghoul. Immune to fire, mental, and poison. Vulnerable to cold. After acting, each local character must succeed a Constitution Fortitude check or bury the top card of their deck. Boo. Alright. I'm not going to encounter it just yet. She's got some other things she wants to do. She's going to cure herself. 1d4 plus 1. A lot. Okay. And then roll at 1d10 to recharge this sucker. Divine plus 5. Just don't roll. Yes. Okay. Yay. Alright, that's good. Judging by how well that went, I think we're going to fight this dude. So, as they start entering the webbing, it's completely changes the landscape where they're walking on the roofs of these buildings. As they enter the webbing, suddenly it becomes this. There's just like shapes that were once roofs and stuff are now like giant steps almost. It's just large, dark box shapes amidst tons and tons of webbing, and no spiders yet. But suddenly when these red eyes light up in front of Fumbus and Linny, her immediate thought is finally she's found a spider, which Linny is actually kind of not. It's kind of interesting seeing what spiders have made these their webs, because she's kind of an animal enthusiast. But this doesn't turn out to be as it rushes her, it's not an animal. Do I have anything against... no, I don't. She's going to go leech mode. Grab this thing. So she's turning into this giant leech. It's immune to fire, mental, and poison. So she's not going to be poisonous or any of that. Vulnerable to cold. She doesn't have cold. But this is going to be... This form is going to be D10 plus 1d6. Right? And then another 1d6, right. It's party time. So we need 20 though. Okay, dokie. Okay, dokie. So 1d10 plus, and then, oh wait, she has plus 8. Yes. Plus 8. So she only needs 12. Okay. This is good. This is good. Uh, 8, 10, 11. Plus 8. I'm serious. All I needed was 12. I got one less than that. I have no ways to add. No ways to add pluses. Is there some way for me to get a reroll? Okay. Boo. So that's 7, 15, 16, 17, 18. I got it by 2. That's plus 7, not plus 8. Okay, well, she has no cards, so she's not taking any damage, but this thing, she goes leech, thinking that as it comes in, she'll wrap around it and destroy it, but it starts... it's hot. This ember ghoul. The red wasn't just its eyes. It represented a burning inside of it. And she realized that too late. She chose the wrong form as it's burning her. After acting, each local character must succeed at a Constitution or Fortitude check or bury the top card of their deck. All right, so she's got to her Constitution check D8. 4 plus 2 is 6. So she's burying the top card of her deck. Oh wait, plus 1 plus 3. 7. Still not enough. Okay. Fumbus doesn't have Constitution, so he's going to, or Fortitude, so he's going to bury the top card of his deck. And, oh hey, adding a die to Linny's roll just now. Is that what we're doing? Let me know. I don't know if you're behind or not. Like, the other roll from her was her fight roll. Do you want to add a die to the fight roll? Because that would be sweet. We'll allow it since there's lag. All right, we're going to... I'm not gonna get specific. We're gonna use that for her roll against the Ember Ghoul, which was a D10 plus 2d6. And oh wait, I'm gonna add a die, so I'm just gonna re-roll or add another D10. She was at. We need a 2 or more on this D10. Thank you, Balfrin. So, she goes full leech mode, huge leech mode, and it comes running and she wraps around it. Now, she didn't count on the fire. She didn't know this thing was burning on the inside, and it starts letting it out, and it starts hurting her, but she constricts quicker and faster, using the suckers to drain of it all of its nastiness, and in the process taking some of the fire out too. And she still ends up bearing a card because of the fire of this thing, but and it kind of explodes in her as she opens up. Embers go everywhere. Hakon's got to make a fortitude check as well. He can't do it, so he's gonna have to bury the top card of his deck. That's okay. It's all right. This thing's dead then. So she lets it out. It kind of bursts. She comes back down, and now she's learned that she's got to not take things at face value here. There's a lot of weird shit going on in this place. This is a recharge, so that's fucking fantastic. She has nothing in her discard, so she doesn't have to get rid of anything. She's going to draw back up, and she's poisoned still, though. Oh, wait, I healed, so poison's gone. Cool. All right, things are okay. Thank you for the help, Balfrin. Thank you. Okay. Fumbus, Gorham's Iron. On your non-attack combat check, add 1. Okay. Does he want to heal at all? I might as well. I'm going to use Elixir of Healing. I got 2 cards in my discard. I'm going to take those 2 and put them in here. And then I'm going to succeed at a craft check so I can recharge this card. And craft is 5, so it's auto recharge, so that's why I want to keep using it. Booyah. Okay, let's see what this brings. Fumbus is brushing the charring off of him from that ghoul that had kind of exploded when she into embers. Threw the embers everywhere after Lenny unrolls. And Fumbus looks around and he sees some more of these embers, like burning, especially 2 that are burning a little bit. Look like he can't tell they're very deep in some webbing. As he kind of approaches it, something draws him to them. They look a little different than the other embers. As he gets a little closer, he's looking. They start moving up. And then this shape kind of starts moving. He sees wings unfurl, and suddenly the 2 massive hands kind of rip apart the webbing. As this and Fumbus has seen this one of these before, and the mercenary army that attacked them a few weeks earlier. A few of these had been flying in the front. Now Hakon had taken them all out. I don't know if Fumbus took one out or not, but their large rocky features is hard to mistake. This ashwing gargoyle kind of unfurls its wings above Fumbus in the midst of the webbing. Run away! Resistant to melee, vulnerable to magic. Oh, nice. Before acting, if you have the human trait, suffer the scourge wounded. He does not. If evaded or undefeated, reload this. Okay. Good. The good thing is this is a closing monster, so that's good. What's it take to close? Summon and defeat the Storybane monster spider. Shit. This is good. This is good music for this fight. Yes. Okay. 23. 23 to hit. Acid Flask? Resistant to melee. I don't have magic right now. Do I? I do. I do. His trusty venomous hand crossbow is going to come out. Lacks melee. It's magic. Got the keyword magic. When you just, that's -4. So this is now a 19. So that's good. Okay, let's do it. Fumbus, his venomous hand crossbow in hand, without thinking, letting himself think, he aims it right at this thing's head. Its massive head. Okay, so his ranged is a D10. Plus 1d6. That's +1, +5 is +6. +4 basically is 10. So he needs a 13. Okay, we're not done yet. We're going to recharge this in order to add 1d6. And then another 1d6. Because we're adding poison to this. Because it's poison, right? Yeah. Okay, so I got this plus 10. $10, 18. The crossbow bolt. This thing kind of goes, and it's looking down at this the diminutive figure of the goblin as he's looking up, and he's got his crossbow and he shoots it, and it shoots up right into this gargoyle's, right up through its mouth, into its head, skewers into its brain. When Hakon and Lenny look over, they see this shadow, and Hakon's like, fuck. Because he's already fought a couple of these, and they're like really nasty business. And it starts coming forward and like falling forward. And Fumbus turns and runs, and Lenny rushes to try to grab it, Fumbus, or to do something with his gargoyle. Hakon steadies himself. Well, Lenny runs to get Fumbus, and turns into cat form, grabs him, and keeps running to get him out of the way. And Hakon readies himself to fight this thing because he didn't see Fumbus shoot it. And then suddenly, then he realizes it's actually falling, and face first, it plants itself where Fumbus was standing. Its whole frame, dead. One shots. Gotta love a one shot. But that dead means we can now. Okay. Hold on, I gotta find this sucker. Oh, there you are. Ugh. All right. The massive crash brings something else. They run over and they're looking at this thing to make sure it's dead, and they almost don't even hear it at all. It moves so quietly, but thankfully the moon goes out for a second as this giant spider comes coming down the web from where the gargoyle fell. So they're looking, and then the light goes out. They look up, and there it is above them. 100 gleaming eyes, and it is either going to be, let's see, this thing can't be evaded. Okay, all damage is poison. Okay, before acting, succeed a strength, acrobatics, or perception check, or suffer the scourge entangled. As it starts spitting out. Okay, Hakon could take this on himself. He only needs... Oh, wait, that's 5. That's a 20. Okay. Do I want to, or do we just finish this the same way we finished the gargoyle? I think maybe we do that. Strength, acrobatics, or perception. Maybe we do have Hakon do this, because he can pass this with his strength. +1. Oh boy. I gotta discard a card to do it, though. Can I heal him if I do that? If he does that? Oh, wait a minute. Haha! Alright, remember that buddy we have? Remember this buddy that we met? He adds 1d6 to acrobatics checks. So, Fumbus can use a 4 for an acrobatics check. I'm gonna display Skylar down to add 1d6 to this check. And, yeah, we're gonna hope for the best here. Fuck yeah. Skylar goes, "Look out!" And as this monstrous blast of webbing comes out from the spider, as it rears up and points its body, it's the back part of its body. Now, this Sklarquan Thundercaller, he's had his fill of giant spiders. He's fought many giant spiders. He knows exactly what's about to happen. He yells, "Get out of the way!" He grabs Fumbus and tosses him over and gets stuck up in the webbing himself. Fumbus, without blinking, fires as many bolts as he can into this monster spider's gaping maw. I love saying gaping maw. Sure. Alright, we got a D10 plus a D6. Plus we're going to add ourselves some... yep. Fire. We're going to add fire. Fire. We need 20 plus 1, 2, plus 6. 20, so 14. 10, 14, 15. The fire goes in it. It screams. And you can see the fire erupting inside its gullet as it's... And then it skitters away. As it's skittering away, you can see it faltering and trying to keep on its webbing. And as it's screaming, more spiders are coming up, but they're following it, presumably to go and eat it, because it's now no longer king. They look at each other as it's going, the webbing, as it's falling away, and the spiders are running away, and now some of the webbing's catching on fire. They see a door going into the tower that all these buildings are kind of buttressed up against. And not so much a door as it is an opening into the tower. Hakon yells and points, and they start moving as fast as they can before all the other spiders realize there's some more food around after they eat their mom, or whatever that is. Okay, this is going to get recharged. Skylar gets recharged. We're done with this pile. We are moving, unfortunately. The spiders didn't notice us moving into the tower, but the fucking black flies did. So everybody takes 2 points of damage, which is fantastic. Just fantastic. I can recharge this magic leather armor from Linny to reduce it by 2, so she takes no damage and recharges. Fumbus does not get that luck. He's going to lose his fucking hand crossbow. There's nothing I can do about it. Fuck, that's the... damn it. Okay. And Hakon's going to show his Maiden's Helm, so he does not lose any damage. Fumbus randomly, 1, 2. He buries his blessing. It does not bury his crossbow, but his crossbow is in the discard. We're moving on to Hakon. Hakon leads the charge into the opening, gaping hole into the tower. The hour is, on your check against the animal or elemental card, add 1d4. The tower. At the start of your turn, you may examine the top card of a distant location. Don't care. I gotta shuffle this. I mean, I do care-ish. Okay. I'm shuffling because I had to add a random card at the top of that. It's either a blessing or the villain. I might as well look at the top card of the Oubliette Azir. An elemental fire veteran. Okay. As Hakon being the first one into the tower, he notices a figure glowing in flames farther down. This opening leads them into a it looks like a series of hallways, one long going this way and one going here, a T section. And down the very, very end of the one, he sees like a humanoid figure in glowing red kind of move past. It's just a split second, and it doesn't show up again. He keeps his eye down that way, but... Oh, Fumbus can draw up now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Hakon. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I got the hour already. On your check against the animal elemental card. Wisdom and Divine. Well, he doesn't have very much of that shit. His Wisdom's a D4. And it's a 1, so he just doesn't get that. I'm not going to waste any cards to explore. I'll go ahead 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh. I'm wondering, can I heal him? No. Fuck it. We'll worry about it as it comes. I'm trying to decide if Hakon uses 1,000 bones. 1,000 bones will heal you 1d4 plus 1 on anybody, right? Use that to heal Fumbus's venomous hand crossbow because it's one of his best weapons, if not his best weapon. So it doesn't get buried because of this bullshit over here. No. We're going to hold on to it. We're going to be good. We're going to be responsible. Okay. So we're passing the turn over to Lenny. Hakon doesn't have to get rid of anything. The hour is... On your strength or constitution check, you may recharge a card to reroll. Okay. Lenny, are you casting... Are you healing or anything? No. Instrument of Agony. New spell, man. These spells are, like, hard to come by nowadays. It's a cool picture of the Manticore. Display next to a character. Well displayed. On this character's combat checks, they may discard a card to add 1d8 plus, wow, and the magic trait. Against a human bait, add another 1d8. Huh. This is a divine spell, too. This is Lenny's game. Lenny could definitely use this. Wisdom's plus 5. Divine's plus 5. So she only needs a 5 on... She got a 50-50 chance. I really, really think she should use this. She's going to do this. She's going to use her Harrow to add a d4 to this check. It's the Wisdom. And she can heal a Blessing and or Divine card. Okay. So she got +5. She just needs a 5. Yes. Yes. That is a badass spell, man. She's gonna take it. Okay. I guess that's a discard. Wait a minute, didn't I use that before where I could discard it and then heal? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Alright, so she's got this cool spot. I have no idea. The difference between Magic Missile and Create Water could really be a word change. A different way of looking, a different inflection on the words of power that can mean one thing if said one way, and another thing if said a slightly different way. Because of that, spellcasters are constantly mulling over things in their head, and sometimes ideas will come out of nowhere. As Linny's going into the tower, for some reason, a thought hits her head, and hits her, and she realizes that the one thing she'd used for one of the barriers, maybe she's like, maybe I could try saying it this way. Maybe something else will happen. She's looking forward to trying it next time. It just came to her while she's walking in there. And that's going to end up being Instrument of Agony, the spell. She's going to draw up to 5 and pass the turn to Fumbus. On your stealth check or your check that invokes the poison trait, add 1d4. Ooh, give me a reason to invoke. Oh, I can look at a top card of a faraway. I have only 2 other locations, so. The top card is a Ring of Evasion. Okay. Okay. I think it's time to party. Hungry Smoke. Got that hungry smoke. On your strength check or your check that invokes the patient. This is combat or disable fortitude perception. Resistant to melee. Hungry Smoke. Well, my disable is +4. D10 +4. So I'd only need a 5. And I could use, recharge one of these. I'll recharge this Force Missile. Recharge the Force Missile to add I'm going to add poison to it because that gives me another D4. Okay. D10, D6, D4, another D6. So Hakon's got he saw that figure down the hallway as Fumbus and Linny come in. And so he's keeping his mind, he's focused his eyes there. But Fumbus comes in, he's looking both ways, and he's like, Hakon! And they look, there's what Fumbus had seen was this reddish mist coming up the corridor. Looked like there might be a torch down there or some kind of lighting it from behind, but it was certainly mist. At first it felt like it was just like fog or something, but this is red. And as it gets closer, it's more, and it seems to be picking up speed. Fumbus is going to toss something hot and burning to dissipate this. To disable it, rather. 10, 12, 15, and it, that's potion 314B, and explodes, whoosh, And sure enough, the gas kind of dissipates, and it maybe even lights up a little bit. Like there was all these little things that just lit up in fire. Just go, and then it's gone. I have a lot of blessings. We're getting low on omens. No, I don't want to discard. Oh, I do want to discard things because that'll make it so maybe his venomous hand crossbow won't get buried. Fuck it. Alright, we're going to play a blessing to discard to explore. Oh, look at that. Charisma, Divine Fortitude. Look at that. I got none of that. My wisdom is a D4. So that's not going anywhere. That's not coming with us. Okay, that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have to determine which one of these I have to bury. It's the venomous crossbow. It's buried. Okay, great. Withering. This whole area is just sucking the life force out of them. Okay, Hakon. The unicorn, your check to acquire is blessed. Well, it is a check to a lemning star knife. Lemning star knife. It's not really something that he might take, but it might be cool for Fumbus. He'll use his strength because it's blessed. 2d10. 2d10. 9, 15, lots of stuck in the wall. After that lights up, Hakon takes more of like, okay, I gotta pay attention to everything. He's looking around, and he gets them to start moving down the hallway that he had saw the figure deeper into the heart of the tower. And stuck in one of the walls as he's passing by, he sees this star knife. He pulls it out. He's going to hand it over to Fumbus in a minute. Nothing else really to do. Can I exchange cards now, or do I have to wait? I think I have to. I think they can only happen in beginning of your turn. All right, he's going to shit. He's got to play. No. Scheiße. I have to discard a card. That's the problem. And that discard card's going to have to get buried. You know what? I'll just discard the star knife and then bury it because of withering. Pass the turn to Lenny as they move deeper into the tower. Lady Despair, on your turn, if you would suffer a scourge, random local character suffers instead. So, okay, they move farther down to down. As they get there, they find themselves in another T section with big doors. The door, the big double door at the end of the hallway, though, is like the same color as the rest of the wall. Looks like it almost made of the same stone. That's why they didn't really look like a door until they got closer to it. Hakon checks that whatever that figure was that he saw moving, he doesn't see anything in the hallway stretching this way. But they decide to take the door. As they open the door, they find this big round room, and big enough to have 4 pillars. And in the middle of the room is a statue. It's kind of hunched over, and the wings are out a little bit. And at first, it's hard to see what it is. It looks like it's just kind of like the oval, almost eggish, with like spikes sticking out of it. But as Hakon comes in closer, he recognizes, especially when the wings unfurl, he recognizes another one of these Gargoyles. So this is where all you fuckers come from, he says. Well, this is Hakon, isn't it? Or is this fucking Lenny? This is Lenny. This is Lenny. There's a streak. A blur. Hakon notices out of the corner of his eye as Lenny streaks past him, heading straight for the gargoyle, not letting him get up and full, like, he's just starting and she's already gonna be on him. Before acting to get the human trait, she does not. Resistant to melee, vulnerable to magic. That's good. She's not going to be using melee. She's going to fuck this guy up, because we're going to use Instrument of Agony. Alright, so we're going to go Drugami form. That, D66. Right, yep, D66. And she's got +7. And then he's going to be resistant to, vulnerable to magic. So we're going to cast Instrument of Agony. So as she comes rushing, and she's like wants to try that spell out. So as she's going, she says it, and sure enough, she just changes the inflection of one word from her barrier. One of her spells that she uses to overcome barriers and traps. And sure enough, she feels this humming and vibration in her paws and her fangs. And sure enough, she looks down, glances down at her paws, and they're glowing a little crimson. Now it's time to try it out on a target, she thinks. So it's going to add the magic trait and 1d8 plus 5. So it's going to be a d8. And then another +5, +7s, +12. Man, she's really gonna fuck this guy up. +12, +18, +20 is 24, 27. She leaps with her claws in her fangs. She buries her fangs into its neck, and she rips its chest, and she just goes into a fury. Like, she just lets herself go, like she usually does. Just kind of lets herself go completely feral for that, when those moments come, when she's like in the heat of the moment. Fumbus and Hakon, this isn't something they're unfamiliar seeing, but this is the first time they've ever seen her glow fucking red. And it's not even like a fire red, it's like some kind of scary crimson hell red that just like ripples through her claws and her mouth, and then mingles with the blood and everything. She just rips the thing. When she does like this, like half of its chest comes over. It screeches, and this blood blur stuff, and it falls to its knees, and then she like moves around on its back, but it falls down, and she's ripping out the back of its neck. And when she stops, they're just like, and she's just like glowing, and then she like looks down and turns back, and she's covered in blood and gore, and she's looking at the red, and she's like, yes, it worked. Whatever this is, it's very powerful. Yep, and then she's got to make a divine check of 12. So let's roll a d10. She goes in a discard pile, which means she's gonna fucking. This was a recharge. Yep. No, she can. Does she want to restore or not care? Well, wait a minute. Hold on. To close, succeed at wisdom or perception of 4 plus 5 is 9. Well, this is the best fucking person to do that. That's for sure. Let's not fuck around though. D10. Wait a minute. Perception. So it's plus 6. So she only needs to get a 3. Come on. Whew. Okay. She's standing over it, and as she gets down, she notices something beneath it, his body, and she gets Hakon and Fumbus to come over, and they pull its big ass body over, and it had been sitting on top of a hatch, kind of a door, a circular door in the floor, and just takes him a moment to open it up, and sure enough, down in there it goes down into there's a ladder that goes down into a spiral staircase that goes deeper into the tower. It feels like the right way to go for them, especially since it was being guarded. And they're on the move again, and everybody takes fucking damage again. Alright, so she's gonna take 2 points of damage, right? Yep. And Fumbus has got to take 2 points of damage. Oh wait, no. He's got an armored coat. When you discard cards, it's combat damage. Display this. I can reload one of them instead of discarding it. So I'm going to do that. And okay, and then Hakon, he's going to show his Maiden's Helm. The black flies are still with us, unfortunately. Okay. Lenny's going to cast Restorative Touch on herself. Definitely. Boo. 1+2. Well, I heal 2. And one's getting buried, and it's the giant slug that's getting buried. Oh wait, she's gonna make a divine check. Good. Right? 3 plus 5 is 8. I need a 10. Shit. Okay, hold on. Come on. Yes! Alright. The spell wasn't the one that got buried. Okay. Fumbus. Everybody moved. Deeper. Deeper. Oubliette. Oubliette. Oblada. Life goes on. And it is Fumbus's turn. The wind and the waves. At the start of your turn, any character may recharge a card to move. Nobody wants to fucking move, I'll tell you that. Here he is, just a walking down the street. Immune to fire, vulnerable to cold. After acting, suffer 1d4 minus 1 fire damage. Okay, this is going to be as they find themselves in a looks like your traditional dungeon / prison type room. The door, luckily, the barred door is open, and they as they kind of come out, they find them that they're in some kind of jail, like must be a jail or somewhere that things were kept. Though it does look abandoned, except for when Hakon turns around and Fumbus turns around with Hakon behind him. They see a lone jailer, and it's the glowing human. It's definitely a glowing humanoid man standing down. He's got one of the doors in his hand. He lets go, and he starts walking towards them. Hakon's going to take it from here. He's going to he can discard a card. He's going to discard a card. Sure. To encounter this monster instead of Fumbus. And because he's doing that, he gets to add 1d6 to the thing. He's going to use Thundering Earthbreaker, which allows him to ignore after acting powers. So he's going to bash the fuck out of this guy. He's going to send him flying, and he won't have to worry about his little fire act at the end. So, a ton of dice. D10, D12, D6 because of him stepping up to do it. And then there's more, is there not? Oh, I guess there isn't. This thing is a 10-21. We need 21. I've got a lot of blessings going on here. 21. How many pluses I got? +2. +2, +4, or +3 is 5. So 21. I need 16. I got D12, 22, 28. It's not as good. Does Lenny have a hand? Did I not draw a hand for Lenny? I guess I didn't. She did get a... She's going to bless this. Yes. Add another D10. Alright, I feel safe now. I feel good now. 10, 16, 18, 22. 22. The guy comes running, and he comes running fast. Hakon comes running, but he drops down the hammer low, and he brings it up. Boom! He catches this guy mid-chest and stomach, and it seriously goes flying backwards. And he hits the far wall and just kind of explodes. Splat! There's flames roar up and kind of rush towards everybody, but they die out halfway to him. So there's no after effect. Dead, motherfucker. That's it for Hakon. No, that's it for Fumbus. That was Fumbus's turn. That's it. He's going to... I gotta roll to see which one of these cards he's got to bury. 1, 2, 3 is Boots of Friendly Walking. Okay. Damage you suffer is increased by 1. Jesus. Alright, he's going to draw a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Hakon's turn. The hour, which is getting smaller. The pile's getting smaller. The snake bite. On your combat check, you may add the poison trait. If you do not, suffer the scourge poison. Wait, on your... Oh, I have to add. Okay. Oh, look at this. What is this? Vindicator. Well, that'd be good for Fumbus, for sure. Damn it. Dexterity or ranged? Well, his dexterity's +3 now, but I don't know if it's not enough. Okay, so Hakon's dexterity is D6. He's got +3 in dexterity checks. Do I bless him to try to get this? I don't think I care. No, we're gonna let it go. Unfortunately. I don't want to fuck up. That's Hakon's turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Smite gets buried. Lenny, when you acquire a boon, bury it. Okay. Lenny, you are going to cure? Yes, she's going to cast Cure on herself. Which is 2. That's good. That's enough. And she's got to get a divine check of 8. fuck? 4, 5, 6, 7. Motherfuck. Okay. Didn't make it. That's fine. Whatever. What's this gonna be? What is this shit? Magistrate. Charisma, diplomacy, knowledge. Nope. That's not gonna happen. But that's okay. That's all she's got. This gets buried. Moving on to Fumbus. Rovagug's destruction. On your check, you may banish a random blessing from your discards to bless. Basilisk. Okay. So, Fumbus and Lenny watch as Hakon punts this guy. He explodes in a fiery burst. And they're watching as the fire comes out and dies. And then they start looking around. Hakon heads down to where he punted this guy. And Fumbus looks back and by the setup you can tell that they're, behind them there's a few more cells and it ends. And then where Hakon's going is kind of a T intersection. So Fumbus, like curiosity's sake, starts moving back to see what's behind them. And as he's doing that, something comes lumbering out, woken up by the explosion, comes lumbering out of the last cell. Big lizard-like creature. And as it's turning, Fumbus realizes exactly what it is. Before acting, each local character must succeed at a Constitution, Fortitude, or Perception check, or recharge their hand and suffer the scourges dazed and entangled. That's not cool. That's bad. Okay, what can he do? So, Constitution, Fortitude, or Perception? Well, he does have a D8, so it's not terrifyingly bad. It's not terrifyingly bad. I'm going to go ahead and... Wait, Jim, physical prowess. I'm going to use my dexterity. Alright. He's going to use a gem of physical prowess to switch this to using his dexterity die, which is D10. That also brings with it a +4. So I need to roll a 2 or better to not have this bullshit happen. Alright. Yes. Fumbus recognizes exactly what this fucking thing is before its head turns. And then he's pushing himself up against the wall and looking away as it turns its gaze down the hall towards everybody. So recharge. Beautiful. Lenny needs to... Her perception check is +6. D10 +6. So same deal. Oh shit. Fuck. Anybody? Anybody? Reroll? Reroll would be great. Anybody watching? Reroll? Oh boy. Okay. Lenny needs to recharge her hand and suffer the scourges dazed and fucking confused. Dazed and confused. Right? Confused? No, entangled. Get on evade or move. Okay. And then Hakon Constitution, Fortitude, or Perception. Alright, he's got a D8 when it comes to Constitution. I'm going to bless it. So D8s. 2D8. Perfect. Okay. Fumbus, take him out. Take it out. Boom boom or yeah, boom boom. Well, it's only a 14. Maybe. This Lucky Star Knife is kind of crap, but I could use the Hell Knight too instead of burning the Tingle Burn bag. Yeah, because it can get real nasty. On your check, you may banish a random blessings from your discard to bless. Oh. No. 9. Okay, so Dexterity D10 plus 5 plus now D4 6 plus 6. So he needs an 8 on those. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Hell Knight. On a local combat check against non-villain Bane, recharge to add 1d8. Fumbus is going to take a little trick that he learned from fighting very armored people. He knows exactly where to throw this knife. This Lucky Star Knife. Right into one of its eyes. 9, 10, 11, 12, plus 6 is 18. The Lucky Star Knife buries itself in the eyes of the basilisk. It screams out, lashes around, bashes its head in the bars, finally dying at the other end of the jail. Take that. Thank you very much. I didn't even put fire on that. If defeated, remove the scourges. Oh, good. Good. He freed up Lenny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we need to keep exploring. I hate to do it, but we're getting really low. Getting low on omens. Maybe not that low. We'll see. We're going to go one more turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is going banished. We're moving on to Hack On. Hack On. Hack Off. The hour is when another character avenges your encounter, heal 1d4 cards. Okay. Nice. So Hack-On turns, after watching the basilisk die, turns back to his attention on the person he had killed, and the flaming person, and he hears running from down the hall, and coming barreling around the corner is something he'd at first is an orc, and he's dealt with orcs before, but as she gets closer, he can tell, or he or it's there's something off about it, the coloring, the way its skin is, and then it realizes before it's too late that it's undead. It stops and it sees him, and it and comes rushing at him. Aquar. Okay, immune to cold, mental, and poison. Before acting, a local character suffers 1d8 combat damage and the scourge drained. Ooh, if defeated, draw the new loot weapon, Ukwar Wax. Ukwar Wax. Ukwar Axe. Cool. Alright, local character suffer 1d8 combat damage. The fuck? So this scream actually affects Hack-On. Which is bullshit. Bullshit. 1d8 combat damage. You gotta be kidding me, dude. Alright, hold on. Let's roll it. 8? The fuck? What the fuck? That's terrible. That's the worst roll I could have got there. I don't think there's anything I can do about it either. I take extra damage and all that shit. That means all my 2 armors. Damage you suffer is increased by 1. So damage you suffer is increased by 1. So I'm taking 10 points of damage here. No matter what, even if I reduce it with my light shield and maiden's helm, that's not enough. So he discards his fucking weapon. That sucks. Hakon has no weapon against this thing. So it screams, and Linny and Fumbus turn to see. They don't see what just screamed, but they see Hakon, like, drop his sword. I mean, drop his battle hammer. And a flurry of motion, and they see this green, like, figure jump on him. Fuck. Okay. Alright, Hakon. You got to pull something out of your butt, dude. Gotta pull something out of your butt. He can't do anything other than his strength check, which is D10 plus 1. Everything else is going to have to come from these guys. Okay. Did Lenny recharged her hand because of the fucking... Oh, right. So she doesn't even have a hand. Wow, this is the worst. Okay. All right, we're gonna play the Forge, which just blesses him. Another D10. And then... on a local combat check. This is great. Fumbus can do his magic on local combat checks. He can... Alright, we're going to recharge this in order to add fire. This is immune to cold, mental, and poison. We're going to add fire. That's a D6, and that's a D6. Okay. And then, can I add one more? Oh, yeah. He's going to cast Innervation. To lower the cost of this guy, or not cost, but lower that number by 2d4. I rolled 8. Motherfucking 8. That's awesome. Max. That just made that a 13. Awesome. And then, okay, so 13 of the 26 is exactly half and half, but that's not counting the pluses. Well, we've got 1 plus. 1, 2, 3, plus 3, because 2 different. Don't want to do that, or don't want to throw a lucky star knife too. After the roll. Oh, cool. Let's do it. All right, here we go. So, Fumbus he sees this figure hit Hakon. He casts his curse on it, and then blesses him. 10, 15, 19. This thing comes at Hakon with this crazy looking axe. And when it hits Hakon, it doesn't hit him nearly as strong as he was expecting. And he was expecting to be bowled over just because of the momentum and the size of this thing. But for some reason, due to Fumbus's curse, it hits him with a lot less, and it kind of hits Hakon like he's a wall. And then it gives Hakon enough time. It falters, and Hakon, not wanting to mess around, grabs it by its head and bashes it once with his head, kind of knocking its skull, and then takes it by its head and brings it down, and then breaks its neck. A lot easier than what we're expecting. And that gives him a new weapon. He picks up the axe. The Ukawar Axe. It's a 1d8 plus 1. Against undead, you get to add another 1d8. Okay. I'm not going to say no. Let's say no. It's the only card he's got in his hand. So this fucker's dead, and then to close or guard, succeed at a Constitution or fortified check of 10. Well, that's shitty. His Constitution is D8. Okay. Hold on. I gotta make sure. Hold on. Let me get Phobos taken care of here. This was a discard. And this is a D8 plus stuff. Yep. Oh, no. That's a recharge. That's good. Okay, Hakon's Constitution D8. We're going to... Phobos is going to bless that motherfucker too. That's 2d8. We're going to hope for the best so that we close this location. We need 10. Come on. Damn. Damn. Okay. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's going to be okay. We didn't close it. Fuck. Alright. From Hakon's drawing back up. 5. He's got to randomly lose one of these cards. Oh, you know what? No. Before his end of his turn, he's going to use Thousand Bones. The little healing herbs that Thousand Bones gave him to heal 3 of these cards. One, two, three. We're getting low on cards. Man, that closing should have happened. Not closing that location could cost us this one. Okay, passing the turn over to Lenny. At the start of your turn, discard a blessing or suffer the scourge exhausted. Oh, she doesn't have a blessing, so she's exhausted. She doesn't have anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's gonna draw 5 cards and pass her fucking turn. And now it's... Oh man, we are low. Okay. Phobos. On your check that invokes the alchemical or poison trait at 1d4. Well, don't mind if I do. We need to keep moving. Shit. Okay. Phobos runs down and to join Hakon. Right, he gets there as Hakon's twisting the neck of the orc, and that's when Phobos looks behind him, and the other hallway is standing that same figure they saw on top of the building, just silently watching as Hakon kills the undead orc, and Phobos doesn't even blink. He just reacts. Oh wait, before acting, each local character that does not have the fortitude skill suffers a scourge exhausted. Oh, he's gonna go nuts. That's right, this thing's gonna shoot out electricity. Okay, so Phobos is exhausted because he doesn't have fortitude, and he doesn't have acrobatics. So he's going to suffer a 1d4 electricity damage. Right? He doesn't have acrobatics? Son of a bitch. Ah, no. He's going to bury the armor coat to reduce damage to 0. While Lenny and Hakon get out of the way as Neil blasts the hallway with electricity. Phobos jumps up, hits one wall, jumps up, hits another one. He's already got the Tingleberg bag out. He throws it. This is good fun. Oh, wait, hold on. First, he's got a wisdom, acrobatics, or perception check. Oh, fuck. Ah, fuck. Well, I believe somebody else can do this, right? We can... Yes. He can do the combat if Lenny yells out. We'll have Lenny do the perception thing. So she and Fumbus came running down as Hakon's killing. And when Fumbus looks up, so does Lenny sees it to that figure. And the figure goes to do the same trick where he throws out lightning. And Lenny yells out, which saves his Fumbus's life as he does his jump up and then throws his Tangleburn bag. Tangleburn bag. That is how it will happen if she doesn't fuck this roll up. So she's got +6. So D10 +6. She just can't roll a 1. Don't boof it. 4. Excellent. So she yells out. That saves Fumbus his life. He jumps up on the wall and he throws his Tangleburn bag to do 23. Okay? So that is... and this is invokes alchemical, so I get to add a D4. So that's pretty cool. All right. We're going to use ranged. D10 plus 2d8 plus a d4 plus we're going to discard this to add immune to fire and poison but not immune to acid, so we're going to add acid to this, which is 2d6, and that's +5. 10, 14, 15, 19, 26, 29, +5. The Tangleburn bag explodes. And Neil lights up. Well, the acid. Him scry. He turns and starts running down the hall. Obviously hurt very badly. Craft 12 to recharge. Oh boy. Here we go. Oh shit! 8, yeah, +5 is 13. Yay! All right, that's all right. Neil goes running. That immediately closes this, which is fantastic. And Neil goes running to the final location, and they go chasing him. Of course, we all got to take our damage for moving, so that sucks. Shit. Everybody's taking 2 damage, which means his healing spell goes. She can't block it, so she's taking 2. 1, 2. Fumbus loses his elixir of healing. Great. Hakon's going to have to take the 2 damage as well. 1, 2. And 2. What do I got here? Oh, I do. Okay, good. Let's do that. All right. Fumbus is going to draw back up. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He really needs this adventure to come to an end soon. He is, well, he's got a bunch of healing in his hand now. So that's good. Hakon. He's not drawing. He's got 3. Hakon is going to trade some things out of his blacks. Wait, can I trade them or just take them? I forget. Exchange, yeah. My blackjack kit are 3 cards randomly determined at the beginning of the game that I can just trade out. I'm going to take this Priest of Pharasma. And I'll get the blessing. Get the blessing. Okay. And he's going to use this Priest of Pharasma to heal. She's a healer. The technique: bury to heal a local character 1d4 plus 1 cards. Oh, you know. He's going to use her to heal Fumbus. Son of a bitch. Fucking waste, man. 2 cards. Alright. Hakon heals him as they chase down Neil as he's gone running down the hall. He's moving fast even for being as hurt as he is. Excuse me. And he's turning this way and turning this way. And as they chase after them, they find themselves, they're definitely in different part of the tower, not the cell or whatever it was that they were in. The walls become a lot smoother and maybe even a better stone. Maybe they marbleized. There's more torches. They're in definitely a nicer place of the tower, but they've lost him. Laboratory. When you fail a check to defeat a Bane, suffer 1 acid damage. Okay. Alright, let's end this. There is a concentration of the evil, though. They can feel it, like, vibrating through their body. They feel something vibrating. It doesn't feel pleasant. Fuck. Okay. Man, we gotta get through this. Okay. Heck on. Heck on. Heck off. He's going to... Did we draw a new Bane? No, this is a new one. Shit. On your check against an outsider card, add 1d4. Ooh, I think that's... Good omen. It's not bad. That's not bad at all. It's +5 now. Good omen's a good fucking spell. This would be really good for him. Intelligence, wisdom, arcane... Intelligence, wisdom... Intelligence, wisdom, d6 is his intelligence. Man, I don't... I'm thinking about blessing this. Fuck it. He's gonna roll 1d6. If he gets a 6, we got it. Nope. Fine. I got nothing else I can do for exploring, so I'm gonna draw back up to 5. And that's a good question. Alright, so okay, it's definitely in between. I'll tell you that. Definitely in between from a puzzle standpoint. So, Loader, which I have played, I own, is way more intense and way harder. This is hard. It can be hard, but it's not Lord of the Rings LCG hard. And the hardness comes more from the rolls you have to make sometimes, and less of like just all the bullshit that comes from the decks and the and Loader. As far as one deck dungeon though, it's like that's the other end of the spectrum. Is like, okay, yeah, the rolls there's a lot more meat to it than one deck dungeon when it comes to there's more than just the rolls. So one deck dungeons is basically the rolls. So this is a little bit is a good in between part where there's still puzzle parts you figure out between the characters. I think it'd be harder with actual real life people because I play in 3 characters and I can definitely use them to the best synergy. But with other people, you wouldn't get that level of control. You know, it's definitely better this version. So this is the newest core set. And the newest, it's not the all Rise of the Rune Lords and all those. This is significantly better, because I've played those two, significantly better than the first editions. Big time. I don't know if you played them before, but there's a lot more interaction between characters, which creates that puzzle. Like oh, if I do this person can do this, and we do that, and we got it, and everything kind of falls into place. If you're looking to check it out, check out the latest version, which is the Pathfinder Adventure Card core set. Okay, so that said, it is Outsider's card. Fuck, I lost my place. That's heck on. Lenny couldn't do anything. This is Fumbus. Yeah. Because she couldn't do anything. This is... I haven't drawn for him yet. Yeah. On your check, if you're at a wild location, add 1d4. Shit. We might... Shit. Alright, what's this bullshit? Exploding runes. When examined, encounter this barrier. If you have a perception skill, it's increased. I do not have the perception skill, so that's cool. Arcane and Divine, 6 plus 5 is 11, or disable 13. Okay. Well, my Arcane is plus 3, D8 plus 3. Or my Dexterity is D10 plus 4. Okay. No. They follow the demon Neil through the corridors, and they kind of lose him, but they lose him at a door, a rather large door that's been there. It looks like it's been there for a long time, with runes etched all over it. And before Hakon knows better than to try to go through it, and he looks over at Fumbus, and Fumbus comes up to check out the runes, and then tells him all to step back. He's gonna blow it up with an acid flask. Or a local check to defeat. Okay, so he's gonna use disable. So it's a D10. He's got plus 4. Then he's gonna throw an acid flask at it. On a local check to defeat a lock or trap, banished, add 2d4 in the acid trait. So 2d4. And then because he's got on a check that invokes acid, he can add another d6. So we need 13, and I already got plus 4. So 6, 10, 11, 20. So he says, step back, and he tosses, and tossing at the right place, saying just the right thing. The acid flask explodes and burns off the runes on the door, and then suddenly it's just a ruined looking door, and for them to open up. Now, we need to keep fucking going, because I got 2 omens left. And we need to find this guy before that happens. So, Fumbus is going to use a Hell Knight of Nail to discard to explore. Yes! Sure enough, he opens the door, and there's Neil. And Neil is all burned up, acid looking. He's got his back to him, but he whips around when the door opens. And he's really super pissed off. And behind him is this green crystal kind of thing, carved in a shape of a dragon, like a dragon's head. It's like on its end and coming up, its mouth open, and out of its mouth, this green light is shooting up into a hole in the ceiling outside. It's presumably one of the ghost light kind of things that's powering the barrier to the Star Tower further on. This is what they're looking for, and Neil's in between them and destroying this thing. So let's take him out. Before acting, shit. Is that a discard? Yeah. He's okay. Alright, so he's exhausted because he doesn't have fortitude. He is going to take the damage of the acrobats if I don't do something about it. Does not have acrobatic skills, suffers 1d4 plus 1 electricity damage. Okay, what can I do? Okay, I have this silver war paint. So I've got the silver war paint on. I can suffer combat damage, reduce by 1. I can, when we discard cards, is this combat damage? No, it's just electricity. Damn, it's not going to help. Okay. So does anybody else have anything that can help this bullshit? Oh. Well, I'll tell you one thing it can fucking do. I think that's what's going to happen, too. Alright, so Fumbus is going to take 1d4 electricity damage. Of course he's going to take fucking 5. Okay. Fuck. That's okay. He takes 5 damage. He's discarding all his cards. Hakon can discard a card to take on an enemy instead of someone else. And he gets plus 1d6 to do it. So, Hakon's opens the door and Neil turns around and Hakon's like, this is my fight. He comes striding in and brushes past Fumbus. Because Fumbus takes the brunt of the electricity down. Oh, that's right. Because Neil turns and he goes and does his emperor thing with all the electricity goes. And this time, Fumbus isn't fast enough to get away. His leather armor isn't there. And he takes the hit. He falls down and Hakon runs up, picks him up, looks at him, and Fumbus goes, I'm okay. He drops him and then pulls out the war axe that he had taken from that undead orc that attacked him. And he comes for Neil. Let's finish this. Somebody else has got to do the acrobat. Oh yeah, we're gonna do that same thing we did last time we met him. Lenny's gonna take the this roll. So she just got to not roll a 1. She rolls a 4. So we took care of that roll. That's her yelling to watch out again from his electricity attack. And now Hakon's coming in. He's got the Ukwar axe. Okay, so I had us up D10 plus D8. This is outsider. Is this a wild location? It is not. Okay. I can discard this card or a spell to add another D8. I'll discard the axe. Maybe he's going to throw it. He is exhausted, though, isn't he? Yeah, which means I can't play more than 1 boon. On a check or a step, you may play no more than 1 boon, so he can't play more than the axe. He's got a bunch of shit in his hand, too. Fuck. Okay. That's alright. No, it's not alright. Well, oh wait, he gets another d6 because of taking this. Lenny's going to play Drugami on a local combat check, recharge to add 1d4. Okay. To recharge. Oh, but you know what Hakon can do? He can't play another boon, but he can do his own fucking thing, which is he can bury a card or discard a card to add his diplomacy to this check. He can certainly do that. His diplomacy is phenomenal. It's D8 plus 4. D8 plus 4. So 4, 5, 6. I got plus 6 on this roll. I need a 23. $18, $22. Oh no, that's 12, 24, 30. Hakon does. He's done this a few times. He walks. He strides in. He goes, wait. And just enough, that's just enough for Neil to pause when he throws the axe. The axe plants itself right into Neil's face. His demon's head splits open, and he screams, and his electricity starts bursting out, and he backs up and falls against the dragon head, the green dragon head stone, and it topples, And as he's screaming, the electricity becomes green fire and green fire electricity, and it gets wrapped up, and the stone falls away from them. They hear this great shatter, and then the light goes, and there's no light anymore shooting up out of the tower. In his hands, or as Hakon comes up to see that Neil is dead, I strap to his back. Where'd it go? Oh yeah, we're here. Is this Ashbringer? It's a weapon, which I think Hakon's going to keep. It's 1d10 plus 3. That's pretty badass. There's nothing else in this room other than it's a big round room with this. It looked like it was all made just for this artifact that powers the protection, the barrier into the star tower. They bar up there's only 2 doors in and out. They bar it up, and with keeping Neil's corpse company, the heroes rest for a minute. They find a little bit of respite before they go to destroy the other key points of this barrier. So that was Ashbringer's what was it called? Ashbringer's Roost. Neil Ashbringer. Everybody's gonna get what's everybody gonna get? A hero point. Got the loot weapon Ashbringer, so that's cool. Oh, and then all those wild cards that I had to deal with. This one gets rid of deadly, which means, what is it? All damage is increased by 1. I don't have to do that anymore, so that's kind of cool. That's kick-ass. All right. We will rejoin our heroes in a couple weeks. Next week it'll be a Apocrypha Adventure Card Game, back with Susanna and Evangeline. Hey, thanks, Decomposed. Next week I play I don't know if you're familiar with the Apocrypha Adventure Card Game, but I do the same thing with that, where I do a narrative, dramatic telling as I play it. And every other week I do Apocrypha, and then I do Pathfinder. So anyway, thanks for joining, buddy, and you all have a great night. Viva la dungeon!